So you've heard it said, the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys, right? You know, fishing can get kind of pricey. And if you got several kids that you're taking catfishing, it can get quite pricey, but it doesn't have to be. Watch this. Okay, the subject today is dragging weights. And you can go on Amazon and you can buy these nice looking weights, and they will cost you for 6, depending on the weight, like $12 to $20 range. Okay. The lower end, $12 is like 2-ounce weights, which isn't enough for me. I need 3 to 4-ounce weights, but when you get up there $18, $20 range, they're like 4-ounce weights. That's what I use. So you can do the math. That's $4+ a weight. Okay. What if I told you we could make that for under a quarter, 25 cents, and work just as well? And it's actually kind of fun, and it's easy. That's the best part. Okay, here's how I do it. Lead works well. We all know what that is, right? Tire weight. Look on the back side. You see where it says 4.5? That's a 4.5 ounce lead tire weight. Okay. They don't use lead in tire shops anymore, but there's still tire shops have them, and you can go to these guys. If you got an independent tire store, or if you know somebody, or you see them on the street, just pick them up. But the going rate for lead is typically 10 cents a pound. Okay. So I figured 15 cents a pound. It's a penny an ounce. If you use a 4-ounce weight, that's 4 cents. Pretty cheap, right? You know what else I use? A screw eye. Simple screw eye, okay? These two make a weight, and they work very, very well. Let me show you how I do it. Pretty simple. It works well. Okay, so here's my 4.5 ounce weight. They got the clip that clips onto your rim. This is not necessary, but what I like to do is I got a vise, and I will pop them in the vise and close that gap. Squeeze them down best I can. Not necessary, but I just like doing it. They don't hang up on things down in the water. So I start with that. Okay, next thing I do, I got the vise. I flatten out the tip. It's pretty simple. Nothing more than that. I just put a flat spot. You can take it and bang it on the end of the vise. That flattens it out. It doesn't take much. Here's an important step. Heat. You don't have to use a propane torch. You can use a Bic lighter. Works fine, but you need to warm this up just a touch. You don't have to do it a lot. If you do it too much, the weight will crumble. Drill bit. Drill. Pretty simple. The lead is soft now, so it's easy to drill. It helps to have good batteries. These drills are old. I've had them for years and years. Screw eye. Now, if that's not warm, what happens is you get this. When it gets in there, it gets tight, and breaks the things off. These are 1.5 inch screw eyes. I was using some smaller ones, but they really broke off. Now, I haven't tried the smaller ones after I started heating them up. I would imagine if you heat it up, they will work. Still a little warm. Stick it in there. Start it. Now, if you get it too warm, the lead will chip out and you'll break the thing off. But basically, this is all I do. Not too difficult. When I get down here, I'm more careful because you will break it off, but that is the idea right there. But we're not finished yet. That will work. It's really all you gotta do, but I'm gonna beautify it a little bit. I'll show you how I do that. Especially if you're not gonna fold the clip in. This one's folded in pretty good. But the clips can hang up on the rocks underneath the whatever's on the bottom. Electrical tape. $2.50 a roll. You're gonna use a couple pennies worth. I just stick it on here. And I'm going over this edge, especially to just make sure nothing get in there and hang up. I wrap it down, and it makes it look a little better, I assume. Bring it back up. Focus on this little clip. Hit a little heavier there. Bring it back up the top. This is about as easy a project as you're going to get. Simple dragging weight that works. This is something you can do with your kids. Let your kids do it. Pretty simple. Biggest problem you got, if that's not warm, you will break the clip off getting it down in there. So what if you can't get any bigger tire weights, like the 4 ounces or 3 ounces or 2.5 ounces? Here's a thought. The 2 ounces are very prevalent. Why not, this is a 2 ouncer. Why not put one on each end? Take you another one, daisy chain them. These are called dual lock snaps. You see that? They just unsnap. Put them on here. Turn them around. You gotta force it a little bit, but snap them back together. Snap the next one on. Now I'm fishing with 6.5 ounces right there. That's a lot of weight. I typically only need 3 to 4 ounces. A lot of what you see, and probably what you'll get, is weights made out of zinc, and that'll be fine. You probably have to heat them up, put a little more heat to them. The zinc can take quite a bit more heat, but you can still do it with a Bic lighter. These are easy. So in review, these little screw eyes, 18 cents on Amazon. I buy them, I don't know if that's 50 or 100, I don't remember. And these are 1.5 inches. If you heat them up, you can go a little smaller, but those little clips that I just showed you, 12 cents. Those are the 2 expensive parts. Electrical tape, penny or 2. The weights. You know, I just typed in to AI what the going price on lead is, and it said 10 cents a pound. That might be low. I don't know. I figured on 15 cents a pound, and it still came up 3-4 cents. So whatever you get them for, you're saving money. Vise is handy. If you don't have a vise, you can use vise grips to clamp that thing tight, or just tape over them. It doesn't matter. But this is a project you can do with your kids. It's very simple. If you need more weight, daisy chain them. It's all right. They work fine. So if you're fishing in submerged trees, or you're in a river with sunken trees, you're gonna lose things. I swear every time I fish in trees, I lose half my equipment. Every time. It just doesn't matter. No matter how hard I try. But if you're doing this kind of stuff, it's gonna save you quite a bit of money. So do me a favor, tell me what you think in the comments. I'd be interested. Maybe you got a better idea, or maybe you got a better system. I'm game. Hey, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. You've been doing me a huge favor.